Most riders don't get into trouble because they don't know how to ride. It's about the small habits that never get fixed. There's a lot of unwillingness to learn new habits and pick up new skill sets.
Absolutely. A lot of us start riding, we learn how to ride, and then we just stop learning how to ride. Now, this video isn't about the size of your wrench, how big and bad and beautiful your bike is, how loud your pipes are, how much leather you own, or the helmet that you ride with, or that your tattoos are out in the sun. So, we're going to get in some nice skills that are going to allow you to become a better rider as you move forward through your riding career. So if you're into bikes, builds, garage talk, hanging out with the two of us, hit subscribe and let's follow along.
Welcome to Steel Mountain Moto.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
So you got your big, beautiful motorcycle with loud pipes. You got your leather jacket, your tattoos, your chains, your rings. Now you think you own the road. You ride with ego. You ride with aggression, dominance. You make your presence known everywhere you go. But in reality, you're the most vulnerable. Person beside you in the car, the SUV, even an 18-wheeler, has nothing stopping them from running you over. They can change your life in a split second. You have to ride with defensiveness. You have to make sure that your head is on a swivel and 360ing around, making sure you know where everyone is, because nothing stops them from running you over. You don't have airbags protecting you or a seatbelt preventing you from flying off that bike. It's all about you. You have to ride with awareness, not ego.
This one, we're going to have to take a step back and think all the way back to your rider training that you did back when you first got your first motorcycle. And what were you told when you came to a stop? First off, both hands on the wheel, or on your bar in this case, covering the clutch, covering your brake. And where's your other brake? Down on your right side foot. So I need to keep this engaged. I need to keep this engaged, this engaged. How am I going to put my feet down? Now, a lot of riders, you come along and you put both your feet down because you're scared the bike's going to fall over. And this is a panicked reaction. You need to build up the skill to have your muscles do the memory for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to a stop. As we're slowing, we're going to slightly tilt our head to the left. This is getting our left side brain engaged, or something's happening. But what it's going to allow you to do is get your left foot off of your foot controls and down onto the pavement. That keeps you from putting your right foot down into some greasy center lane garbage that's out there from the car in front of you. It's going to make sure that you keep your foot covering your rear brake as you need to while you're at a stop, and you're keeping the vehicle in gear as you're supposed to according to your rider training. So we've got our clutch engaged, our brake engaged, our right side foot engaged. My left foot is on the ground. Let me show you how it's done.
So we're about to get into cornering, and that's where a lot of riders actually struggle the most. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about something that is easily forgotten, and that is operating controls without looking at them. A lot of times, especially at the early stages of your riding career, you end up looking down. You know, where's my horn? You look down. Where's my turn signal? You look down. My brake, look down. And that's the most scary one. You want to get in the habit of knowing where every single control on your bike is operated based on memory, based on feeling. You want to make sure that your only focus is on the road. A really good habit to help kick this is you sit in your garage at home, you sit in your driveway, and you're going to say in your mind, horn, hit it. Brake, hit it. Turn signal, hit it. You want to get into that mentality where everything's automatic. Everything is like second nature, like blinking, like breathing. Then you go to a different spot, a different environment. You're going to do that all over again. Then you start to move while you're doing it. Maybe you're operating at a low speed in a parking lot. Same thing, hit that horn, hit that brake, hit that turn signal. And always remember, save the other stuff for last. Save the radio, your cardo, save all the extra things that you don't need to worry about for last, because the most important things is the things that you're going to use every single ride for sure. Then when you get on the open road, you can begin to use it. Maybe you're on an open stretch of land, you're like, you know what, I just want to refresh my mind. I'm going to hit the horn and just hit it. Get in that mentality where everything's automatic because your only focus is on the road.
This one should get some input from both sides of the argument. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that have something to say about this, so why don't you leave your comments down below? We'd love to hear them. We are going to talk now about how to get that big, beautiful bagger into a corner and make sure that you get out the other side. So these big 1,000-pound pieces of pure muscle, when you're sitting upright, is really hard to get into a corner. Without putting all that weight on your handlebars, without trying to just muscle that thing into the corner, there's one simple, easy thing that you can do in order to get there. And all you need to do is turn your chest toward the inside of the corner. So let's pretend, for instance, that I'm on my bike, and I'm probably going to show you just outside right now. But I'm going to turn my chest into the corner. This is going to take my inside leg and turn it into the corner, therefore shifting my weight over to, in this case, the left. I can then push over and start to lean the bike by counter steering. Now, this is something you're going to have to practice and kind of get the feeling for. Probably what I'm telling you right now is not what you're going to hear at that, sport bike racing day that you're going to be on the track where the instructor is going to tell you about centrifugal force and friction patch and weight on the pegs and all these different things. The whole thing is here, keep your front end light, meaning the amount of weight that you're putting from your body into your handlebars, and try to get your center of mass moved over so that bike wants to fold into the corner, look for that apex, look for that exit, and then accelerate your way back out, standing your bike back up. Practice, 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 and let's hope that helps in you taking that next corner.
So it's a beautiful sunny day and you decide to take your bike out into the canyons and hit up every corner you can, hit up all the windy roads. But maybe your bike's not acting exactly how you want it to. Maybe you've been coming into the corners too hot, too wide. Maybe not wide enough or not hot enough. Now, one way that you can actually help fix this is by slightly tilting your head into the corner. Now, what this does is a few things. Now, before this, it was just a myth to us, but it worked. Didn't know why it worked, but we decided to do our research. And that way, if you disagree with us, we can tell you you're wrong. What this does is it helps get your vision to be more level. You're actually going to end up looking more ahead, not directly what's in front of you, but what's to come, what's coming up right around the corner. It also helps get your body more into a stable position. You're actually going to lean your head and your body and shoulder will naturally lean with it. It'll help dive you into the corner more while helping the bike stay a little bit more straight. Now, what that does for your bike is your bike's going to be slightly more straight, meaning you have more traction on your tires. Now, with more traction comes more stability. You'll be able to have that little bit more traction in that corner and more aggression. You can hit it way faster. What this also does is it helps your inner ear system. If you didn't know, you have a fluid in your ear that helps you keep balance. Now, when you're matching your head and your inner ear to the motion of your body, that's actually going to help your brain function a little bit better when you're hitting that corner. Now, this is something that truly works. If you don't believe us, try it. Try it more and more. The more you tilt your head, the more you're going to dive into that corner. But don't dive too much.
This next one is going to make you a better rider, and that is throwing out the deuce, making sure that you signal every rider on the road. Now, I should preface that. We can go motorcycles, sport bike, Harley-Davidson, adventure bike, not a slingshot, if you know what that is, not an e-bike or a scooter, but we're going to throw that out to all the brothers and sisters on the road. And we are a brotherhood. We are a sisterhood. We are forever two wheels. We are in the same group of people. We are part of a bigger thing, and that is our culture. We're waving to say ride safe. We're waving to say everything's awesome up ahead. Enjoy your ride. You're acknowledging that you're part of something bigger than just you on the road. And that should be our biggest takeaway from this, is you are more than what you're inputting onto the road. You don't want to get hit by a car. You don't want other cars to hit you. You don't want to hit another bike. You want to be part of the crew. So how you do that? You acknowledge them with a wave. If you don't do that wave, at least give them a nod, because you can't take your hands off the wheel or bars.
So today we've shared a lot of information that's helped you learn a lot, but you never really stop learning. But what you have learned so far is to give other riders a deuce, everyone on 2 and maybe even 3 wheels. You've learned not to ride with a big ego, but ride your ride. Learn to also tilt your head a little bit, ride a little bit more aggressive, ride a little bit smarter. And I would always say the best thing that you can learn out of today is have a good karma. Good karma is truly contagious. You would always stop and help someone on the side of the road, maybe even another motorcyclist, because usually we're the ones that need the help the most. If you start stopping and helping other people, it'll go a long way. If the shoe's on the other foot, I'm sure your day would be a whole lot better. We've even got in the habit of packing a crappy bag of tools that we wouldn't even mind leaving with someone else because maybe we don't have time to stop. But what matters is you did some good deed. It goes a long way. Now, we've shared a lot, and I hope you've learned a lot here, but you never stop learning.
And one last takeaway from this is pass all of your knowledge on to younger riders. I don't know if the business is dying. I don't know if motorcycle fans are fading away. Who knows? But why not keep our group of people just the way they are? Smart, knowledgeable, responsible, with a little bit of crazy. If you're one of those old riders that rides safely, researches their information, tunes into the Steel Mountain Moto Garage, and you're getting actual facts rather than fiction, we love you for sticking around. And if you don't believe in all of this, leave it in the comments below. If you believe in all those old myths, maybe you should take a look at our last video, which is motorcycle myths that must die. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next ride.